Let's begin. What have you been anxious about lately? What worries keep you up at night or race through your mind during the day? If you say there's nothing right now giving you anxiety, there's a pretty good chance since you're here, it's been an issue in the past or something you want to move beyond quicker next time you feel it. I've never seen anyone immune from anxiety, and I've actually never seen two people handle it exactly the same. Though there are medications and alternative techniques, our bodies and our minds react to anxiety differently. We also all have anxiety for different reasons. In other words, what gives me anxiety may not give you anxiety. Social events, financial or job pressures, health concerns, and family are some of the most common things that create anxiety for people. There are also mental health disorders characterized by feelings of worry, anxiety, and fear that are strong enough to interfere with one's daily activities. Now, if you're suffering from a serious medical anxiety condition, you should always consult your doctor. But here today, I would like to share a spirit-led message about moving beyond anxiety. In Philippians 4:6-7, it says, "Do not be anxious about anything, but in every situation, by prayer and petition, with thanksgiving, present your requests to God. And the peace of God, which transcends all understanding, will guard your heart and your mind." Here we are told that in every situation, we must take action first when it comes to anxiety. Yet for so many, taking actions when we are anxious can produce an unfavorable result. This is when Spirit reminds us that it takes practice. I've been practicing for almost 50 years now, but don't let this discourage you. It's a lifetime practice due to its consistent change of variables. I've noticed once you conquer one anxiety and get to the new level, a new one pops up. As they say, new level, new devil. Please let me give you an example. Okay. For years, I suffered crippling anxiety from crowds. I felt overstimulated, confused, and overwhelmed by the noise and physical contact, especially in close spaces. What made it crippling for me is the anxiety started before I even went out in the crowd. As soon as I got an invite or thought about going into a crowd or a group, I declined and avoided the situation. Loving isolation naturally, I justified it as, this is just who I am. I buried that anxiety so deep and justified it so well, I never had to go out. Well, almost never. But you might have guessed it. When I finally needed to go out, to say to the supermarket, bam, my anxiety went through the roof. This created havoc on my mind, my body, and even relationships around me for years. But then something changed. I realized I had to take action. I prayed in meditation for help, and I waited. Sometime later, forgetting actually all about praying for help, I noticed that I was sitting in a large gathering with no anxiety. Spirit put in my heart and showed me in that very moment that not all crowds, not all things gave me anxiety. That by praying and letting go and letting Spirit direct my path, I naturally became open to attracting more of those things serving my highest good, not those things that gave me anxiety. Now, that is not to say that anxiety will never peek its ugly head. It will. It does. In fact, when the physical red flags of anxiety present themselves to me in the form of a rapid heart rate, hot flashes, or cold sweats, I go one step further now and acknowledge and name it. At first, I just called it by its name, anxiety. I would say it out loud or in my mind, prayed in meditation, and gave it to God. After years of more practice, I've called it a few other names. This helped me snap out of it a little quicker and actually made me smile. I would use the name or the word like Bubbles or Robin. But whatever you want to name it, it's the action of acknowledging it and letting it go that moves you beyond it. So let me ask you, how do you currently move beyond anxiety? Do you bury it deep? Do you ignore it temporarily? Do you react emotionally or even medicate yourself? As I've said, I've never seen anyone immune from anxiety, and I've actually never seen two people handle it exactly the same. But Spirit wants to guide us and support us to move beyond those things that cause us worry, anxiety, and pain. Try for the next week to notice the red flags that tells you you are having anxiety. Be it butterflies in your stomach, a lump in your throat, or a racing mind. When you notice the red flags, immediately name it and then let it go. To move even further beyond, in your meditation practice, use the example below mantras to solidify your trust in something bigger than yourself. Mantra examples. 1. Be anxious for nothing, but in every situation give thanks. 2. I am free from anxiety with every breath. 3. I am free from anxiety with God's peace and understanding. 4. Spirit frees me from all anxiety. 5. I let go, let God. Whether you name it or say a mantra, moving beyond anxiety can be a liberating experience. Just remember, it takes practice. Practice recognizing it, practice acknowledging it, and practice letting it go.